Good morning, everyone. It is 11 o'clock in the morning, August the 3rd, 2023. My name is Doug from Digital Currency Traders, and I'm doing some videos here on the SimpleFX CA channel on YouTube. And I invite you to subscribe and follow along with the different videos that I do here on this channel, Digital Currency Traders, over on the Bitcoin trading channel as well. In this video, I want to talk about what's going on with Japanese yen, and is there a place that we could trade Japanese yen in order to make US dollar money? Could we earn Bitcoin by trading the Japanese yen? And I'm going to show you at the end of the video how much it would cost and what money you would need to have on the exchange in order to trade with the leverage I'm trading just one contract of Japanese yen. All right, terrible introduction. Sorry for that. I'm looking at the relative strength index, the MACD indicator, the Ichimoku cloud, MACD, Ichimoku cloud, Bollinger Bands, and we're going to compare against the US dollar index using my special indicator here on the weekly time frame. It is giving us bright red top formation stuff signals here for dollar index, and if that's the case, then the Japanese yen chart should be dropping from here, and this should be a 1, 2, 3 top formation that we should be able to trade and make money as the yen strengthens against the US dollar. So I'm going to start off with the long-term indicators, and to me this is a bearish divergence right here. And my system has me start to zoom in on the levels to see where the exponential moving averages start to cross over and give us our signals. So here we are on the weekly time frame, and I'll start to zoom in on the 3-day time frame just to get a perspective on how the tops of the RSI are matching against the tops of the price. So I'm looking to see, did we have bearish not so many bearish divergences here as we came up to this top, the second one. And now to zoom in on the daily, that's a bearish divergence. It isn't very strong. Let's zoom in and zoom in again. And what I'm looking for here now is I'm eyeballing back and forth to see, is there a bearish divergence? Are there trend lines that might match up with a 1, 2, 3 formation that I could use a risk control strategy that I like on it? So now I'm looking at the 1, 2, 3 top formation here, tiny. Another tiny 1, 2, 3 top formation here. That gives me a 1, 2, 3 of a larger 1, 2, 3 top. So I could start a tiny little short position here and use risk control above these levels. If I'm not proven correct, I could get out right away. But if I put on this tiny short and the US dollar index starts to falter back and the Japanese yen gains some strength against the US dollar, I'll be in a good position to get my stop in place right away, and I'll be safe in this trade. That's what I'm looking to see, is there a place I can do that? And now I am seeing the divergence here, but I don't get enough of a 1, 2, 3. It's kind of a double top or a 3, 2, 1. It's enough if I'm willing to do my risk management that should it start to break down below these levels, I could chip in and market short and then watch it. Get out if it doesn't prove me correct. If it's not dropping, right, it should prove me correct right away out of a signal like this. Or I don't do it. I just get out right away. It's my philosophy on what I'm trying to look at for this, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the video. Now on the MACD, the weekly is kind of a bearish divergence, and I'm looking for the cross here of the weekly. The daily has already crossed, and it is a stronger bearish divergence to my eye here across that top. And as I go in, and the top in August versus the top in June, I do see some weakness in that, and I'm zooming into the 4-hour and then the 1 hour, and what I'm wanting to see is, are there more signs of the bearish divergence that we saw in the RSI? So we do see it on the 1 hour time frame. So again, it's giving me more gut feel that if I was to chip in a market short here, I might be able to cover and get my stop in place right away. And I would know if I'm wrong right away because the Ichimoku, the MACD here would cross. The blue would cross above red. It would break this trend line. It would be kicking me out right here. We'll talk about how much that would cost. I consider that whole plan there like an insurance policy to insure me that I have a position in Japanese yen if it starts to break, and that's how much it'll cost me to be insured about that position from this chart pattern where we are right now. So now in the Ichimoku cloud, we're still bullish according to the Ichimoku until we start to twist, until we start to cross over. But so far, it's holding bullish, and it could go sideways forever. Who knows? The daily is crossed bearish, and then it's bouncing potential bullish continuation if the blue crosses above the red and Japanese yen breaks and tests above these levels. It could be. And then we're still running up to historic highs that are really nasty for their whole economy. So let's see. So I want to zoom in now to see what the shorter time frames. 12-hour has crossed bullish. A lot of noise there. The 4-hour is still bullish. I don't know if it's noise now, but the 1 hour has crossed bearish and we're underneath the cloud. So again, I'll get confirmation on my small little beginning and I'll get kicked out of it right away. And all of these indicators are giving me that feel. So if I do get that reversal, I have to be prepared for that. And then dollar index is going up from here, and Japanese yen will lose strength against it if that's the case. We'll check that out in a second. So the Bollinger Bands now, the weekly time frame did not go outside the third standard deviation on the way up. It trended all the way along it. Now we've bounced, made a 1, 2, 3 top. We're still in the bullish zone. The daily has bounced underneath, bounced off things, still in a bullish zone, not squeezed down enough to give me any. We didn't go outside the third standard deviation enough to give me any juice. It's still. This is still trending up. We still have bounces off the bottom here that are giving me bullish feel here. Oh my. So I can't give, this doesn't give me any data. 4 hour, it's still bouncing bullish and could be continuation, but it's still trapped within these ranges and it's not giving me any answers until, not even on this time frame. Well, except that it didn't poke outside the first, outside on the 1 hour. It didn't go outside the third standard deviation on the 1 hour and then reverse, which is giving me more feel that this is trending down and the dollar index would be giving us more going the other way. So the dollar index then, if we go into this, it is giving us the 1 hour Bollinger Band mean reversion buy signal out of the third standard deviation. I don't know. It could continue. And that's why I'm doing these videos, because I don't know and I want to map it out so that I can learn later what are my indicators actually telling me, because I have the case studies as we transgress or pass different zones. So I want to know what's the US dollar index doing. It bounced off of this. That's a buy signal. It's on the 12-hour time frame. It's still way up. This is the same as the daily. Oh no. So the daily, it's it's still giving me feel that we're not done going up here yet. We still have room to come up and hit some resistance for the dollar. And if that starts to widen, we'll go more. That's my bias, though. My bias is that we've bounced off an incredibly important Bollinger Band mean reversion buy signal for the US dollar index, and the change of the credit rating isn't going to do it yet. I think that the lower supply of the US dollar is what's going to drive this for now, and I have no idea. So that's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm expecting for Bitcoin prices to be affected by this as well. As we come into the smaller time frames, I'm expecting Bitcoin prices to be really dropping down from here. Okay, now let's finish up with Japanese yen and go into SimpleFX and see what it would cost us to trade Japanese yen. My S&P 500 trade is in profit. It's a tiny trade. It's going to be great for bragging, right? But this account, if I was to sell Japanese yen right now, it would take zero point 0.7 Bitcoin. Let's go to the US dollar one so I don't have to think. If I was to sell it, it would $13. So I actually have enough to take a position in this, but it brings my account to like fully taxed. So I have to be aware that I am betting on, I'm betting against what I think is going to happen if I short Japanese yen here. So tune in next episode to see what happened with Japanese yen. Tune in next episode to see what actually happened with Tesla after this bearish divergence. See what happened with my trading the S&P 500 when I broke my trading rules, and I'm in profit now, so check that out. Natural gas, oil prices where I was trading with Litecoin. All those videos are really great, and I'll do a follow-up on the silver to let me know if I blooped it here. Should I just go trade this? Should I just go short this right now? I'd love to hear your comments in the video down below. Anyway, I'll sign off here. Thanks again for tuning in. My name is Doug from Digital Currency Traders. Trade safe and keep those losses small.